XRP holders, we've got a video for you guys. Here we're talking about XRP because we're seeing a nice little bounce. My trade, I'm in a $3,000 XRP trade, getting ready to add some more size to it as long as we see this continuation of the upside. But this is a breaking XRP price alert video here, guys. We're going to be talking about that. So without further ado, welcome back to Crypto Report. I'm Blacksea. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel right now. Let's hop in this video. All right, guys, so I want to start off here on the charts because we saw quite a nice little bounce here today. We saw a wick all the way up to $2.33.5, okay? We see a green dot on Market Cipher as well on the momentum wave. Usually this is an indicator that we are going higher here, especially when you see like a dot here, and you start to see that it's starting to curve up like that. It's bullish in my opinion, and it's great for scalping, like high leverage scalping when you see these, a big, like, how do I describe this? When you see a big blue wave with a green dot, you come back up and you see another little baby wave with a green dot. I hope you like that artistry right there. I've never claimed to be an artist, but after you see those dots like that, you see that you can kind of draw a line like that. Usually you see forward momentum to the upside, and I do think that we're probably going to see that play out here. You have a green dot on the volume as well from Market Cipher on the daily time frame. I like to see that. I think there's a good chance, guys. You know, if you've been watching for a while, I've been saying that there's a good chance that this is a double bottom happening in real time. And I think that based on the traditional market right now, the traditional market has been very bullish. It opened up bullish on Monday. And I think that we're probably going to see continuation as long as Tuesday we don't dump. I'll say, because last Friday, we saw quite a bearish trading session in the stock market, and that brought everything down with it. And I was saying, guys, look to Monday and Tuesday for a bottom to get put in. And when we saw it get put in basically on, what was it, the 15th, which was Saturday night. But usually, like, when the traditional market opens, sometimes you usually get, like, Monday even has a little bit more continued selling. But when it comes to XRP, it held up well, and the traditional market came through and was green all day. So we're seeing a little bit of a bounce here. I want to show you guys over on Crypto Twitter. You can follow me at 333Blacksea. I say, glad we went knife catching. So far, this is looking like a great entry on XRP. Did you buy the XRP dip, guys? Did you? Did you buy the dip? Because I think there's some good opportunities. And now, when I say buy the dip, I'm looking for entries, and that's why I said I'm looking for a great. I think I did get a great entry on this, and I'm looking to increase my position size. I'll show you my trade here in a moment, but right now when I post this, I was up 19%. The trade is still open, and we're sitting at about 13.25%. Because, guys, you can see, like, we had this huge wick to the upside, and then we came down. I think I took that photo probably around like $2. Well, maybe we can see. Yeah, $2.27, and now we're trading at about $2.23. But regardless, I am looking for this to be an entry, right? I'm looking to see continuation, and I want to get more confluence in my trade that we are going to come and test this level of $2.36. And really what I really want to see is to flip this as support. I don't want to see this and bounce down. I want to see bang, bang, like that. And if we get that breakout through here, I'm probably going to turn this trade into a much larger trade. I'll probably bump the leverage up and turn this maybe into more of like a, I don't know, it's a $2,700 trade right now, probably more so around like $10,000, $20,000. It really depends on what's going on. Now, I did have a $200,000 XRP long position a couple weeks back, and I got good profit. I got stopped out, but it was good profit. But right now, the deeper we get into this bull market, I have to be more cautious, guys. Now, I am a altcoin trader and a Bitcoin investor, and as the 4-year cycle gets longer and longer and longer, you know, hypothetically speaking, if we're talking about the 4-year cycle, we're coming to an end in Q4 2025. And now, give or take 60, 80 days on each end, maybe even 100 days, but I think that's kind of pushing it. You need to be cautious. You got to be cautious when everyone's greedy, and you got to be greedy when everyone's fearful, right? I'm speaking my inner Warren Buffett now. But I want to say that I am looking to increase this position size, but 6-figure position size, we'll have to see how it plays out. I think that if I were to do that, I would need to do that sooner rather than later, and I think that that would be more so of a gamble instead of a educated bet, if you will. I think that'd be more of a gamble. I need to wait to see some continuation. Now, this trade is all about just catching a good entry, and that's exactly what we do, so we succeed in that. And if you do want to trade XRP or trade other altcoins, check out in the description box below or pin comment down below. We have a $5,000 sign bonus to Blowfin. All you do is click that link, deposit Trailbit, you get a bunch of free money. Take advantage of these links, guys. There's awesome promotions, free money, free things to take advantage of. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, guys. I'm just telling you guys what I'm doing in these markets, and I put my money where my mouth is. It's as simple as that. So we're looking at XRP, rank 4, down about 3.25% in the past 7 days. It was down like, what was it? I think like 8% yesterday, or over the weekend, I should say, rather. And we're up about 2.61% in the past 24 hours. And yeah, we did get it was a big wick, but guys, be patient here. I think that there's a good chance that, like, looking at the technicals alone on XRP, like, it does look like double bottom me when we tested $2.07. I like to see that. I don't really like that liquidity grab like that. Like, that is such a scam wick. Like, that is all that is the exchanges trying to grab that liquidity and stop people out. But guys, it's the name of the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game, right? But looking at XRP, I think we're sitting at almost, yeah, we're back up about 130 billion at $131.5 billion market cap, $2.23 on coin market cap. Yeah, guys, 24-hour volume is massive, 5.11 billion, a 206% gain. I remember when we saw the 60 billion increase in market cap in the span of 2 weeks, which was absurd. And but 5 billion is crazy. 60 billion is out of this world. So I know that there are days that will come where you'll be able to see, you know, double-digit billion-dollar 24-hour volume when it comes to XRP, especially with all their integration. Ripple is integrating XRP into everything, guys. Banks, Amazon, Walmart, governments, central banks of India, the Japanese banks. It just goes on and on and on and on. But if you look at the overall market right now, Bitcoin's trading at 106,000, almost 107K. We came up to 108K, I believe, today. So it is, guys, this is the sign of the times. I've been talking about this. The fourth and final phase of the bull market is the most trappy and most volatile. You get the most scam wicks, but it usually has the most gains. And that's why I am hitting that leverage trading hard. That's why I'm doing these high leverage scalps. I'm taking advantage of this volatility. And you look at Bitcoin dominance, and it's still basically pegged. It is inching higher and higher, I must say. But guys, look at that. Just flipped 64%. So when you exclude stablecoins, we're at 66%. Guys, look to Q4. Look to Q4 for altcoin season, and I do want to add that I don't think this altcoin season is going to be like the previous altcoin seasons. I think that it's going to be a little bit more difficult to be like what it was in 2022 because you got more altcoins than ever before. You have millions and millions of altcoins, and you have all these extraction events, people extracting money out of the space. It's going to be a lot harder for people to FOMO in, and on top of that, when I talk about people FOMO in, guys, this is a institutional Bitcoin bull run now, all right? Retail money's not here. They don't have a lot of money to spend. And if they are spending, they're spending it on other things, like trying to survive. We really need to look to Jerome Powell to cut those rates and need to see an overall pivot in the macroeconomics of the world to put us in a much more risk-on, asset-favorable environment for retail to come back. But looking at Bitcoin, guys, I like to see this. I like to see that. Jason Casper, a guy is a great trader. I like to watch him sometimes in his TA. He talks about the double butt cheek. We're not really seeing it right now, but basically it looks like that on PA on the TA, but you're not really seeing it too much on market cipher. But I will say though, that green dot is interesting. I would rather have seen that to the downside, like that. A little tiny wave, but even that, like, that's called the trigger wave. It's still bullish. I think that we could still see a big move to the upside, but guys, regardless, this does look more bullish than bearish right now, as long as we actually come up and test here. But, you know, we can chop around. We can chop around for a while. We can let these RSIs cool off, and we can chop around, and then into Q4 see the really big fireworks. Now, I want to keep hammering this home, guys. My invalidations for this is on the monthly time frame for June. If we see like anywhere above really like 107,000, 107,000 on a monthly candle closure, it's bullish. Continuation of the upside. You have a green dot on market cipher on the momentum wave on the monthly time frame, guys. Like, it is bullish. It's very bullish on the high time frames. So I am saying that if you see a candle closure above like 107,000 on this month, then I do expect to see continuation in Q3 leading into Q4. Now, if we chop around and if we see like a a minimal closure, like around 105K, like somewhere just where this candle's at, $105,500, I would say there's much more likely of a opportunity for sideways chop for the rest of Q3 leading into Q4. Now, guys, if you like this type of content and you're bullish on XRP, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel right now. All right, did you buy the dip? Did you buy the XRP dip? I'm very curious if the XRP army was scared and panicked or if they bought the dip. I'm very curious. That's all I got, guys. I'll see you next one. Bye-bye.